middle, and here we are, you know, not quite at the end, but 5 years. I think that's certainly a milestone by this community standards. And, you know, of course, the community is certainly wondering where these two players stand at the current meta. You know, certain players rise through the ranks, certain titans fall off. We're very curious to see what this history book is going to say for these two players. Let's go ahead and get it. Game number 1, friends, and we're going Joker. Oh, that's right, but this is a button check.
Yeah, it's a button check. I mean,
Oh,
Gluto
man,
was still moving the little volume knob, so this is just going to be a button check at first. Yeah, they're not interacting too much. Or are they actually going to be playing?
No, it looks like they're waiting this joint out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've still got the announcer announcing some stuff. It almost feels like live commentary on the venue, doesn't it?
Maybe a little bit. Not a, but I think they're actually in it now. Okay, they're actually in. I'm sorry about that, chat. They're actually in it, friends. Let's go ahead and run it up right now. Now, of course, we got Leo kind of pinned down in the corner here. This is not unfamiliar territory for, I feel like, for a player of Gluto standard. You know, you see a character like Wario and just how dangerous they are up close in person. You have that nair out of shield. There's that frame 5 down tilt I was talking about before. That is the party starter and finisher depending on the right setup. Okay, but of course, Tarkin from underneath. There's the up air. There's the up special. Another up air for your troubles. Can't quite get back onto solid ground, but there you go.
Not going to be the checkmate yet, nor Sin either. And Joker, not that it's lacking kill options, but against Wario in particular, so heavy, you will have to get creative. Wario, yes, there you go, the little push. Will the grappling hook be enough? It is, but Glutonny, now he's doing what people did to him. He is now the one calling get-up options, and he is the one trying to go for those trades. Catches Joker on the move. And if you guys hear the background noise, that's actually the Spanish commentary in the venue.
That's right. Getting it live in full effect here right now. Twitch stream, you're kicking it with us. Okay. Now Gluto, of course, kicking it in this corner. This is where, you know, beginning of the match, he's seen a lot of promise and a lot of just, you know, great gameplay. Again, that down tilt, that dash attack in the corner, that's very tough to work around. Wario, you know, ironically enough, blessed with some really good buttons. I feel like, you know, on paper, you look at this character, you probably think he's not as good as he is up close and personal. He is phenomenal. Frame 4 nair. Okay, there it is. One more. Trying to go for the falling up air once more. Leo looking for something of his own.
Can't quite achieve it. And Leo, by the way, he has been disengaging a lot. What I like from Leo, contrary to what we saw yesterday from Cloudy, for instance, another Joker player in a very similar matchup, the Frob. Cloudy was always approaching with neutral air. We do see Leo doing the neutral air, sure. But what's important here is the spacing with the back here now. He's going to be stalling it a little bit, but he can't find the kill just yet. Granted, his approach options are never fully committal. That's the thing that differentiates Leo from other Jokers. He knows how to play the distance game and how to go in and out, trying to bait Gluto to go into a desperation move.
Hey, but as the age-old saying goes, this is not a game of damage. This is certainly a game of stocks right here. And these stocks, I mean, the count just does not lie. I think the biggest thing right now to keep into consideration is the longer this match goes, the more you run the risk of Gluto getting that WAF. There it is online. Even at 193%, I can't help but to feel Leo is in a little bit of trouble right now. But he's throwing out some safe approach options. I got to give Leo that. Again, that nair slowing the startup. -5. Pretty safe. To try to dance around Gluto as quickly as possible. But there's the nair. Okay, Shorty said that double forwarder. Back here, still not enough coast to coast. Out to the blast zone.
A little bit stalled too. Leo has been throwing that out a lot, but now he finds Gluto on the right half of the stage, and that's going to be the stock, finally putting himself on almost even footing. What's interesting is that Gluto did not get that much extra credit. No! He actually ends up whipping the waft, and that is going to put him not at a disadvantage yet, but it does mean that we're probably going to see the clock being drained a little bit more.
That's right. Good utilization right there of your tools, or I guess, or lack thereof. Leo just knowing how to dance around the waft. Again, always has to keep that in the back of his head. I mean, in some of their sets prior, you know, you see those matches where, you know, he loses to WAF. You can see it. It's just written all over Leo's face. This time, a little bit more mindful of those opportunities here. Of course, Gluto playing a safe command grab. Delicious. Okay, healing a little bit of percent here. There's the bike, bro. Don't worry about what type of insurance I got. Don't worry.
Just some iframes over here on the up B, and Leo lands a bit, you know, not particularly safe, but Gluto was not there to attack him, and there you go with Leo at 125. He is bound to eat a lot of percent with these grabs, and also puts himself in a bit of a disadvantage situation, dude. The downer from Wario can't quite get to Leo, but what I love from Glutonny is that he is not leaving his post. Oh no! Leo lost Smash Factor 8 like that.
No.
Fast falling.
Unfortunate right there. And Gluto will take that to the bank. Cashing it out right now. Very strong lead right now. Should be working on another WAF here soon, but in the meantime, playing this up close and personal game once upon a time. Now kind of playing the spacing game, knowing that you have to come to me. There's nair. Right to the up air. Nothing off the command grab. Gets to drag down the up air. Clean stuff right here from MkLeo, though. Despite the slight deficit, still holding on right here for dear life. But I can't help but to feel like he's just in trouble. This ain't just a Leo-specific thing. The longer a match goes with Gluto, the more dangerous it becomes.
What's weird is that they let Gluto play around the bike so much. Hazard, when he played against Gluto, he was getting a lot of victories because he threw the bike out. And finally, though, we see why Leo wants to keep it around. He did want to extend that hitbox, and it leads to a stock, and we are back to even 1-1. And of course, the combo game might be lagging a little bit compared to Vanilla Joker, but that does not mean that Leo cannot combo Wario. And he's going to put him in such a bad spot already. No jump.
Oh, but no bite. Hold on. Arsen's about to leave the building here. Does he have a jump? Doesn't seem to matter, though. Switches the recovery option at the last second. There's an air. Gonna go for the dash attack. Clean stuff. Okay, call into this corner. No ledge trunk. Another dash attack again. That move is so good. Okay, quick option. Another forward throw. The corner belongs to Gluto. Leo struggling to get back on the solid ground. There's the up B. He just cannot get those feet planted. Doesn't matter. The Arsen's here, and he is gone. There is the waft. And there goes game number 1.
Just a raw waft to end game 1. And Gluto, with this game right here, he would put himself at around 4 consecutive victories in games against Leo, because I believe that Smash Factor X said ended 3-1. And yes, Gluto got the victory in that occasion. So this is just adding to his record. One thing that I liked from Leo is that he did keep around the bike, and he was able to push Gluto out. However, Gluto so used to having the bike there too to also extend his own hitboxes. That ended up catching Leo off guard, and the raw waft, I don't think I've ever seen him go for that. Against Leo in particular, right? Of course we can see the raw waft, but against Leo, he's usually a lot more respectful.
A little bit more respectful, absolutely, man. I mean, again, waft is one of those very terrifying moves where we know that it typically needs to set up into something so it can get going. But every so often, when the situation calls for it, you will see a player just toss it out raw and just to see, just to check the other side, to see how really locked into the neutral they are. I got to give it to Gluto there, man. Phenomenal read. Just really great situational awareness. Game number 2, though, here is upon us here, friends, and I can't help but to feel like those rounded options really went the way of Gluto in that game number 1, though Leo did show a lot of promise, especially in the off-stage category. He knew Gluto. No bike. This is my time to shine. Plus Arsene, I'm trading some combo strings for some damage. Doesn't seem to matter here, though. Rinse and repeat right here of game number 1.
One more thing for Leo is that it's not that he does not mind to take this damage, but it's the fact that Arsene comes through so fast. Actually, in one of Gluto's edge guard attempts, Arsene had just gone away, and yet during that edge guard, Arsene came back. Like, the building of the bar is so fast, and of course Leo is able to get his best friend in line, and he will not let Glutonny go. Catches him on the way out, and that's the lead for the Mexican player, who still has Arsene for a little bit longer, but I think the combo game is about to reset to vanilla real soon. Arsene is now gone.
Hey, we'll certainly take it. Maybe that was all part of the elaborate plan. Play the grounded game, box with Wario. There's a good chance you might lose in some of those boxing options. Again, that down tilt, that dash attack. Hell, even that F tilt. Certainly something very difficult to work around. Arsene becomes a very big problem. Certainly made quick work at that in that first stock. Right here, though, Gluto said, hey, I got to even this thing up and quick. I know how dangerous Leo is with the lead, and I cannot allow this to go on any further. Get out of here with that.
No use in the Rebels guard here, and Gluto is just going to keep extending his shift as the stage control worker. And of course, Leo here, with just the bullets alone, he could be able to deliver a ton of damage and maybe make things even, but of course it's all about stage control here. Oddly enough, with Arsene in play, he would rather let Gluto gum to him instead of just using his big hitboxes. But I think, you know, we have seen some exchanges go really south for Leo, especially with the punish on the forward tilt and such, and Gluto's trying to do just that. However, his shield is looking small, but Arsene is gone. Leo needs to reset back. He took more damage than he dealt during Arsene.
That's right. That's just certainly not the game you want to play with Arsene. And there are multiple ways you can play Arsene as well, too. I think a lot of times the common, misconception that you're only supposed to hold forward. No, sometimes when you have a lead, Arsene guns a very difficult task for most characters in the cast to work around. But in this case, Gluto said it's just a walk in the park for me. More F tilt in the corner. After chat's been calling it the Will Smith. Love that. Another down tilt party starter. There's a forward throw. Gluto's been doing such a phenomenal job at getting those. Well, I want to see more back air and more nair right here from Leo. 2 great aerials in Joker's toolkit. Whoa, drag down up air. That's right. some of those day one Joker combos still very prevalent in this current state of the game.
And those combos are so important for Leo because that's what's going to give him the confidence again. Like, he has been playing Joker interchangeably, but he has not been going for the same combos we know of him until now. So this could remove a mental barrier, you know? Sometimes you're just blocked from performing the way you should, but getting a combo like that with the drag down is definitely going to push you forward, and especially so when Leo has an extra stock and he's about to get her send with almost full rage. Gluto is in a really tight spot. He gets the kill, though.
If there's a will, there's most certainly a way, and again, it kind of goes back to what I was talking about before. Love to see the slower game come out sometimes from Leo. I mean, I know it doesn't make the highlights always, but when you got that lead, Arsene or not, lean into those guns a little bit more and allow your opponent to play your game now. He was spacing really well with like Nair and Backer, both -5, both relatively safe up close and personal, but Gluto was able to just force his way in. And Leo right now doing the same thing here. Okay, 4% Arsene meter. Not quite where he needs it to be. Oh, dash attack. Risky business right now. Wait a minute. Whoa, double Nair.
Way! From downtown, but he's not done yet, and the neutral from Arsene is going to help Leo survive, barely hanging on to dear life, and now Gluto does not have that kill option. That's such great win condition. He needs to take his time, but also he's at 105%. If he can get a good read going, he definitely knows where Leo's about to be. Can't quite press the right button, but the up B is going to take him out of him, and Arsene is gone once again. We're back to vanilla, and Gluto knows if he pushes Leo far enough, that forward tilt is going to do it. But Leo, keeping his distance, Pistol's back in game.
That's right, man. Definitely in his Charlie's Angels back right now. Letting that gun talk. Doing a really good job of just slowing this match down and really trying to get himself calm, cool, and collected. Not exactly sure what the option is to get this stock take here from Gluto. Gluto leaning into that back here a little bit more. Solid kill option. Down tilt. Dash attack. Double frame 5 options right here. What's going on in the corner? Delicious. About to take a bite out of this victory, or this potential victory, depending on how this one all wraps up. Another dash attack on Leo's behalf. And right now, really trying to shark him up underneath. Gluto very well aware of how important it is to maneuver around that drag down upper on Leo's behalf. Drag down upper, first hit fair. Those are two key openers right there in Joker's toolkit.
Fair one, actually, an option that we have seen Leo not use as much. He would rather approach with neutral, like we were saying before. But now he just gets red on, and Gluto wins the second one in a row. Ending at 158%, by the way. Of course, we know that Wario has the longevity, but Gluto in particular, he seems to be just a different beast. This is not the same Gluto that lost so many consecutive sets to Leo. Now he is the one in charge, and Leo, the old guard, I mean, his face says it all, man. That's the expression of someone who is kind of tired of the situation.
I mean, I don't blame him, honestly, and that's not to take any sort of shots at Gluto, but, I mean, just always have to play in the back of your mind knowing that, you know, the neutral's certainly going one way, but at any given moment, one Nair, one falling up here, hell, even an up tilt. You know, some of these less is more options. These same options I put on great percent at all points of the match here, mind you. A lot of those tools work in the beginning and towards the tail end, but they also equal into WAF. And that is something that I believe he's always has at the back of his mind. He's always worried about. I believe the crowd cheering for Leo right now. He definitely has the community on his side. Gluto said, I don't give a damn about that, though. I came here to take this W, friends.
I mean, you kind of know as a foreigner that you're going to have a crowd against you.
Oh, yes.
When you've got the favorite like this. And, of course, Leo also knows that even with all of that cheering, the problem is they're not playing the game. I mean, they cannot perform the inputs for him, so he needs to step it up. We're back in Kalos again, and I think this is time for Leo to start performing a little bit more of that fair one that we keep talking about. It's usually neutral air for the openings, and it does take him pretty far, already getting a 55% lead on Gluto. But of course, at such low percent, he is going to be combo food as well. And the backer seems to be the pristine option to just space around. But you know what? So many callouts on the Rebels guard now.
Yes, he's definitely in his head right now, knowing that a good way to bust up the fun on a lesser player is just to toss out the Rebels guard and just wait for a gap in some of these Wario strings. Gluto, though, time precise for my execution, not allowing you any sort of free space to go for down special, and dancing around him are these aerials once more. Disengaging, a lot more real estate to work with here on Kalos, so a lot more room to disengage. Gluto said, I'm up here on these platforms, my boy. Gotta come up here and face me. There's the dash attack. Only going for what he knows is going to work back here. Arsene's out of the picture. Okay, but the neutral definitely trails all right now. You want to definitely get out of that corner. Down air. First hit fair. Frame 7. Pretty quick option. Okay, Gluto seems to not be worried about it.
Gluto just kind of giving up control of the platform sometimes. One of the callouts that happened against Gluto was when he was leaving those platforms. So I think he's just taking a few cues. You were telling us earlier yesterday about the aggression style, the aggressive style of Mexican players. I think that Leo is one of the best at mixing it up, but you know what? He's still getting called out. He cannot just take his time like that. Gluto is going to have the air drift for days to catch Joker on his approaches, and yes, we do have the drag down smash and everything, but it's not going to be the end of it just yet. Waft is charging, and with Gluto ahead by his stock, he can really just take his time. Look at that, he's flashing now.
That's right, he's just certainly taking his sweet time. I mean, this is what you do when you have the lead. Whoa, double, okay, forward air right into the nair, gets the drag down. Wait a minute, whiffs the grab, couldn't turn around quick enough, and right now Gluto said, it's my time to strike if there ever was one up here on this top platform. And I got to give it to Gluto, man. He's playing around Arsene a lot better than, Leo's playing around the Waft here, making quick work of Leo's Joker. While Arsene's not in the pictures, it's certainly something you want to see a little bit more of. Okay, feeling that back here.
Feeling like Arsene is a bit of a different beast here, as Gluto has definitely gotten his number. There you go. There he is again. El Diablo está presente. However, that does not mean that Leo is going to land any hits just yet. He keeps landing with that neutral air, and he would rather reset back to center stage control. Of course, he eventually does find the kill, but you know what? A bit of an unorthodox option. I don't usually see fair killing like that, but of course, the percent is enough for Gluto to go down. Arsene is still around, but Gluto, he's just the master of the clock right now.
And that's kind of the stark contrast of both these two characters' toolkits. Certain things on Joker's behalf change when Arsene is there, depending on rage and things and such, where Wario's just looking for the same thing. Say, hey, look, a lot of these combos I put on percent are going to be the same combos that are going to spell your demise. And of course, Leo, certainly well aware of that right now. Trial by fire, if you will. There's that falling up air. Gluto just cannot find any success here with that right now. Leo just backing off, trying to play this one safe, throwing out that nair, looking for these safer aerials. Would hate to see Leo get anti-air. Delicious. Another command grab. I'm going to heal this percent if nothing else. He said, one thing about me, I'm going to heal this percent, bro.
For sure, but also Arsene is back, and Gluto can still heal up a little bit. He could go back to 0% if he wanted to. He definitely has the call out on Leo to keep going for that command grab, but does he have the call out to stop the recovery? He tries to go for the 2-frame F tilt, but I think that if he lands a back throw, that's probably going to represent Doomsday for Leo. And of course, landing like that, he extends the hitbox with the bike. I don't think it was a shield poke, but Gluto does not need any of that. He's simply going to finish Leo's second stock. He has full Waft, and I think we could be coming soon to the end.
Oh, well, I hate to call it too early, but it's not spelling out anything good right now for our former #1 champion here in Ultimate. Gluto, of course, just putting on a masterclass, a clinic of how to play Wario to top level efficiency. But hey, Leo's saying I'm not going down without a fight. Waft is online right now. We're seeing more up tilts come out. Again, those hands are disjointed. Going to be pretty difficult to trade with. Definitely don't want to get anti-aired. Okay, playing it safe. There it is. Ooh. Wait, there's one. Okay, sorry, I called it too early. A bit of a fear factor right there. Made my heart jump. I'm sorry.
Thought it was going to happen too. Don't worry, man. We kind of read the same thing. Gluto just did not press the button. And Leo here, about pressing those buttons, he does have Arsene with him. But of course, this percent, even with Arsene in hand, is going to be enough for Gluto to end things with that Waft. And he keeps fishing for those forwarders. Offstage can't quite win the trades, but Leo does lose Joker, and that makes things just ever so slightly easier for Gluto. Granted, he still needs to worry about the drag down. And you know what? Gluto has been playing such a good air game. Leo has been consistently going for more and more up airs to try and drag him down, missing most of those. And also, the fair one, I don't think I've seen Leo hit those. No!
Whoa, and what an anticlimactic finish right there. Looks like he took his jump, was not aware.
Yeah.
And unfortunately fell just a little too far down for that current up special to land. Now, had that been Arsene, it could have been a slightly different story, but great stuff right there on Gluto's behalf. Fist bumps, handshakes all across the board. We'll certainly take it. Great stuff right there to those two competitors. Gluto's going to move on.
Good on Gluto. He eliminates Leo for the second major in a row in Mexico. That's also important. He got the elimination in Mexico, dude, twice in a row. Let's listen to what Javi has to say now.
That's right. Yikes. Oh, talk over. Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so we're going to talk over Hobby. Like I said, he is a caster in the Free Fire League. Definitely a fantastic, fantastic caster. And, you know, I just found this little infographic from Lumirang. Shoutouts to Luminosity and Lumirang. the new historical record between Leo and Gluto is now 11-10 in the favor of Leo, but getting closer and closer to tying it up.
Wow. Hey, big shout out to Lumen Rank. Community always needs as many stats as possible out there. That's what certainly keeps the community going. And I think, again, the great thing about Ultimate as well is that the narratives are always writing something different. You know, I mean, we've currently just kind of exited this era of, like, the Leo dominance. It's always still a spectacle to see him play. But, you know, now we're starting to see a new era, which is good. I know people got to get their jokes off. They got to let those tweets fly, whatever they're called these days. But I think it's just really good to know that other players can certainly step into that level of dominance. But right now, we got 2 new players right now stepping up to the big stage. One of my personal favorites, Siski, man. Can't stress it enough. Always a pleasure to see him do work up here.
Oh, for sure.